Okay, first topic of A21 Homeostasis. What we'll see are three main bits. Define the word, what are the bits that make up this control mechanism, and then there will be the detail of the role of the kidney in it. So firstly, homeostatic principles. What is homeostasis? Well, the long-winded version is this. It's the maintenance of constant internal state. In other words, keeping internal conditions the same. All living organisms have to do this, and particularly with respect to the likes of pH, which you could then link back to AS1, temperature, AS1 enzymes, water potential will obviously prevent the lysis of cells. Maybe going back to GCSE, we need to regulate our blood glucose concentration. We do not study any of the detail of this. As mammals in particular, our ability to control our internal environment has allowed us to live globally, anywhere and everywhere. In other words, we can go to the poles and regulate our body temperature, whereas reptiles who can't regulate body temperature are restricted to equatorial regions. So that's a big advantage of having this homeostatic mechanism. The ability to control our internal environment depends on a system that has three components. We need a receptor, and the receptor's job will be to detect any change in the environment, comparing it to an inbuilt reference point. Some sort of system to bring about change, to put it back to what the body considers to be normal. And then we need a system that prevents the overcorrection of it, and that's referred to as this negative feedback system. And just remember that that does prevent the overcorrection. So those are the three main components of the control mechanism. So here we have a diagram showing how the negative feedback prevents the overcorrection of what's going on. So there's a norm point, for example, our body temperature. Error, we get body temperature goes up. We have some system to correct it, for example, the ability to sweat. It is the important bit of the negative feedback that this corrective mechanism does not make, for example, our body temperature, which has gone too high, become too low. So it feeds back. In other words, it tells the corrective mechanism to stop. Another one, body temperature maybe goes too low, so we will shiver, and body temperature will start to approach back to normal, and negative feedback says, right, just stop. So we'll be talking about the role of the kidney in this homeostasis process, and we'll see in a minute the kidney has two main roles. One is get rid of excess urea, or the waste product of excess amino acids, and also to regulate the amount of water in your body. But here we know that we have two kidneys, and they're linked up to the bladder, and then you'll have the urethra that takes the urine to the outside world. Coming from the kidney to the bladder, we have a ureter, not to be mixed up with urethra. From GCSE, you know it is the renal artery that brings blood to the kidneys and the renal vein that takes it away. At A level, you are required to know a bit of detail of the internal structure of a kidney. So there's a kidney that has been cut open. Now, if you dissect a kidney, you'll not see this detail. But there's two main areas. There's an outer zone called the cortex and an inner region called medulla. So just remember, going from outside in, C comes before M. There's a bit in here into which all excess fluid drains, called the pelvis, not to be confused with your pelvis or your skeleton. And there's the ureter coming away. So artery bringing blood in, vein bringing it out, and then it is the job of the medulla and the cortex to work on the blood to remove toxic substances and excess water. So as mentioned, the kidney's two roles. One is to get rid of excess water or regulate the amount of water. The other is to get rid of this molecule called urea, and that's what we know of as excretion. Excretion is getting rid of nitrogenous waste. And if you look, there's a little amino group. As you remember from AS1, amino acids, there's a little amino group. So urea is the main excretory product of our body. Now, this is a key answer. It's formed from where you have excess amino acids. You cannot store them, so they're broken down. That happens in the liver, and it's a process of deamination, and that is where we take the amino group from an amino acid and join two of them together with a bit of CNO, a bit of carbon dioxide is used in it, we get this molecule called urea. So in summary, the two main jobs are excretion, removal of toxic waste, urea. Now we will mention another one in class called creatine, and then a big part of this topic will be about osmoregulation, where depending on whether you drink a lot or you drink little, you have to regulate, control, maintain the water potential of body fluids.